What's up, Straight Talk Society? This is your host, Trevor, and I'm back with another episode of Straight Talk with Trevor.
Because the ladies from Pour Your Heart Out
no topic
will be over
is
here
off
to
limits.
join the panel.
Plus, but it's a must, you gon' respect this. Plus, enough for touch the dust, you try to check this. You ain't
The
insane,
MMA brothers, Bones and Zay, have pre and post shows to the MMA shows. And I am your host, Mr. Straight Talk, the man with the greatest beard on YouTube. Oh, I love throwing that in there. Real quick, I am back on Facebook. I guess they took me out of jail. I was able to connect the channel back.
Due to the increasing level of incompetence and the major lack of transparency, the Straight Talk Society will no longer maintain a presence on Facebook.
Make sure and hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Man Talk Monday. This is the flagship show of the Straight Talk Society. This is the show that you're going to get all your, drama topics. This is a show that you may get your arguments. This is a show where we're going to talk about not one specific thing, but we dabble around the world of pop culture and the men just banter about it. So that's what this show is. But if this show isn't for you, and I don't know why it wouldn't be, but we also have other shows. The highly acclaimed Tape Fist Politics, Vancat, Mike, MD, and Ricardo do such a fantastic job with that. That's every Tuesday at 6 o'clock. Hey, if that doesn't fancy your boat, then be sure to tune into Wrestling with Reality. Today we have the return of Straight Talk Therapy Sessions with the one and only Dr. Mia. So y'all be sure and tune into that. So tonight we have a fantastic show tonight, the Straight Talk Society. We will not go over that 2.5 hour mark. So Mike, you ain't got no shirt on, right?
I never have clothes on, bro.
But I'm saying you like right on the like crazy.
My bad. I don't like clothes, bro. Anybody that knows me, my
crazy.
Acknowledge me.
What's up, Straight Talk Society? This is your host, Trevor, and I'm back with another episode of Straight Talk with Trevor, where no topic is off limits.
I ain't trying to fuss, but it's a must, you gon' respect this. Plus, enough for touch the dust, you try to check this. You ain't insane, I write your name down on my checklist. You think I'm playing, I leave you laying, I leave you breathless. As human beings, instead of being so many try to be. You ain't seen what I have seen in my society.
Hey, I'm just a man with a microphone. Always seek out the truth for yourself, because if not, you'll fall victim to other people's interpretations.
Straight Talk Sessions live.
You're gonna acknowledge me.
Oh, what is up, Straight Talk Society? This is your host, Trevor, and I'm back with another episode of the Straight Talk Sessions, the Man Talk Monday edition, brought to you live on the Straight Talk Society channel. Oh, man. it was a struggle for it was a struggle today, man. I messed myself up really good this morning. Just an injury, but it's all good. I'm here. I'm here for the people. Piece of Ricardo. So before we get started, as I wait for my co-host to come on, we do have a great show lined up for you today. A show that we actually has been rewritten a whole bunch of times because I had my mindset to do one thing. Then, I was getting videos about other things. I'm like, oh man, this is dope. I should do this. Then my co-host sent me a video and I'm like, oh man, after I checked it out, I'm like, man, we definitely got to talk about this. So we'll see where the chips fall, as they say. But I do want to address a few things. Just shout out to the people that have been sending me messages just randomly, telling me not to stop what we're doing on Thursdays. That's awesome. I really, really appreciate that, especially the fact of all the negativity that I get doing that Thursday show. It's great to see more people now starting to catch on and see the vision behind it, and they're starting to just say, hey, we want you to push this thing on. We want you guys to keep doing this thing. So I really appreciate that, man. So shout out to those people. We do offer channel memberships now for $1.99 just to help support the channel. Hey, like I always say, nobody's required to do anything. It's just basically like saying thank you for entertaining us for all the stuff that we do, all the shows, all the content that we produce. As you can see, I have this Straight Talk Society shirt on. The Straight Talk Society store is open. We just haven't launched it yet. We do have the items in the store. They look really great, really, really great. When I actually saw the store, I actually went on there a little bit before I came on air, and I'm just like, man, this is getting crazy. Like the reality is just setting in that everything that I wanted it to be is now starting to happen. So you guys look forward to that. I mean, we're talking about it may launch this week because it's up. We're just waiting. I think we're waiting on like one last thing to be finalized, and then we'll be done from there. And then the store will be launched, so you can get your Straight Talk Society merch. You have your channel memberships, because I'm not going to be the guy that's going to sit up here and say, hey, send me a cash app, send me a cash app. I don't do that. I don't do that. But what I will say is we put a lot of time and effort into what we do as far as the entertainment aspect of the show, the amount of shows, the quality of the shows that we put out. So, if you want to leave something in the tip jar, that's fine. So speaking of what we have coming up, and I do see Mike in the back. What time is it? Yeah, I see Mike, and it looked like he's on the way home, so he haven't even made it home yet. But I do see Mike in the back, just waiting for Kevin Wayne. So let's see what we do have coming up. This is Man Talk Monday, the flagship show of the Straight Talk Society. Then tomorrow night, and I do want to thank you guys for this, because I made a call a couple of weeks ago and let everybody know in full transparency that the Tape Fist Politics show, which I think is the best political show on YouTube, doesn't get the traction that it should get. And I know why, just because it's blocked on every angle. And I made the call to the Straight Talk Society, and they really started listening to that show, and I'm gradually seeing the numbers go up, which is great, man, because I mean, if any show should be bumping hard, it should be that show. I know everybody loves Man Talk Monday. Everybody loves the Bible stuff, but I think the political show, especially in the climate that we're in now, should be the show that really should be, on everybody's radar. So I really appreciate the fact that everybody's starting to go watch that show. I mean, because those guys put a hell of a lot of work into that. And, and Venkat never says it, because it was like, he was oh yeah, like MD, they're like, oh man, I just do it just because, and things like that. No, you don't do this type of stuff and then don't want it to be seen. So that's, and I get it. I've been doing this. March will make a year. March will make exactly a year. March 3rd. It'll be exactly a year since I hit the go live button on this channel. And, I thank everybody that I've seen a steady increase. We're a little under 2,000 subscribers, started out with like 500. So it's just, it takes time. But when you're doing shows and you're putting in all this work and you're doing all this extensive stuff and you're like putting your all into it, you like to think that people are, seeing what you're doing. So I know, like I said, I know those guys, they don't care about it because they just see it as, oh man, I get to come on and I get to get my, I get to get my stuff off. I get to get my political stuff off. We got the political prophet amongst men, who also doubles as a big troll on this show, MD. You got Venkat, you got Ricardo, the mic comes in every now and then. So those guys really put in a lot of effort in what they do. So it's good to know that you're watching it and things like that. So I'm glad that those numbers are steadily going up, especially the last two shows. So tomorrow night they will be back, and we have a show coming on, and it's entitled Libertarian, Authoritarian, Left or Right. So I think it was MD gave us this poll for all of us to take. It asked about maybe 20 to 30 questions, and based on our answers, it put us as to what it says that we are. So so tomorrow's night show, we're going to go over those, and just go over some of the more hot button topics, because it did ask some serious questions in there, and it answered. And like, as I'm reading the questions, I'm just like, I'm picturing in my mind what everybody in the group would answer. And I'm just like, oh yeah, Venkat definitely going to answer this question, because I know Venkat. So it's going to be interesting to see what everybody said about it. So that's going to be tomorrow night's show. Then of course we have Wrestling with Reality this Wednesday. Hopefully we can spend the majority of the show going over the NXT show from last night, which was a tremendous show. But there's more detail that came out on Vince and things like that. That's the hot button topic, so everybody wants to talk about that. There's some craziness going on with the main event of WrestleMania, so we'll be discussing all that. But I do want to spend the majority of the show going over the NXT show from last night, because that show, I thought that show was phenomenal. So I do want to go over that show and just put this Vince McMahon thing to bed until the courts, decide what they're going to do. So then this Thursday, we do have another debate lined up. The topic of this debate is, well, we'll get into that on Thursday, but we do have a debate with Wayne Smith versus Thomas Smallwood. And if you didn't check out the debate from Friday night with Wayne Smith and Stacey Mobley, that poll right now is deadlocked with over 60 votes on it. I think it's like 51 to 49%. So one or two votes could sway that either way for who won that debate. That was a hot topic debate. The chat was on fire for that debate. I had people sending me emails about that debate, like, hey, this is this. If you go look at the comment section of that debate, it's just a long laundry list of things, and they're just like, oh man, this isn't true and this isn't true. And it's just these biblical debates, man, just bring out everybody, and I'm here for it. But this Thursday, you do have Wayne Smith versus newcomer to the Straight Talk Society, brother Thomas Smallwood, who is a Muslim brother. And he basically challenged everyone also. So look for more debates from him. Then we will have the rare Saturday debate. Peter Cox will be taking on another newcomer to the Straight Talk Society, brother Hayes, and that will be taking place February 10th at 6 p.m. Yeah, the reason we're doing that Saturday is just because Peter is getting harder for him to do things on Thursday, and Peter is one of my guys that's always here, always supporting the channel. So I did make concessions for him, as well as Brother Hayes. Brother Hayes is one of the guys that actually called me just to see how I'm doing. So, so I just make concessions for those type of guys. It's not always just calling me to say, hey, I want to debate this person. I want to debate this person. Always wanting to take. He's actually calling me to say, hey, I want to, I just want to know how you're doing. He sends me Bible scriptures, he sends me sermons, things like that. So, and then the return that I'm most happy about is the return of Pour Your Heart Out. That will be February 17th. That's a Saturday night at 8:05 p.m. And they will be talking about our Black crowns, the good, the bad, and the truth about Black women in our hair. So this is going to be their season 2 return. Now, they haven't been here since, I think their last show was in June. So they're ready. You got Moon Goddess, you got Dr. Mia, and you got the queen of the Straight Talk Society, Nene. So they will be here. Pour Your Heart Out. Hopefully they can get on a more regular schedule. So that's what we have coming up. All the rest of the Bible stuff, I'll get to it on Thursday. I don't want to belabor the point too long with here, because I do see 2 of my 3 co-hosts in the back. You guys know Wayne always makes his grand entrance. So on the other side, we're going to get to what you guys came here for. And that is Man Talk Monday, exclusively on the Straight Talk Society.
Acknowledge me.
Come take a walk through my heart, a stroll through my soul. Been smart from the start, wasn't taught, wasn't told. You could climb through my mind, or fly through my eye. And in time you will find what I rhyme is not a lie. Come take a walk through my heart, a stroll through my soul. Been smart from the start, wasn't taught, wasn't told. You could climb through my mind, or fly through my eye. And in time you will find what I rhyme is not a lie. See you dealing with a vicious mind, heart cold like Christmas time. Every time I write a rhyme, put it all on the line. No need to hold my tongue, hold the mic like you hold a gun. Haters, I'm the chosen one, fakers, I don't roll with none. Don't you ever test my heart, been a rebel from the start. I ain't got time to play no games, I'm too busy playing my part. Keep my mind on my mission, living by my premonition. Through the world with blurry vision, stressing in high definition. Walking the path unknown to most, the ones that I love, I hold them close. Every rhyme I wrote was dope, no jokes, so folks can overdose. Lyrically, I'm legendary. Yes, I'm very necessary. Glad to see my adversary buried in the cemetery.
Yeah. Straight Talk Sessions live.
You're gonna acknowledge me.
It's Monday. It's Man Talk Monday.
Bad times don't last, but bad guys do.
But we have a responsibility and a duty to be fathers. Not to just make babies, but to be real fathers. And you can't expect any good to come to you if you don't visit any good on your son or your daughter. So, be a man.
All right, and we are back. Oh, it does look like Mike's home. I thought it looked like he was in the car at first, unless you pulled a Superman on me and got there real quick.
No, I'm in the crib, IG.
All right, everybody, welcome to Man Talk Monday. Hey, listen, this is the best show on Mondays. I don't care what anybody says, and I am your host, the man with the greatest beard on YouTube, Mr. Straight Talk is what they call me, but I am not here by myself, or I can't do this alone. So let me introduce my co-host. We got the young phenom, the man whose cape we will be taking off eventually, young Kev in the building. What's up, Kev?
Boop, boop, boop. What's up, y'all? What's up?
You are not Jamaican.
Hey.
What's up, chat? And to my haters, if you really think you're the shit, you're not even a fart. Just remember that. But go ahead.
Wow.
Hey,
These
but we got
Ice Spice lyrics. Word.
Hey, but we got that's not it though. We got Captain Manosphere himself in the building, the Black Lion Wayne. What's up, Wayne?
What up, fellas? Everybody in the chat. Happy belated birthday, young Kev.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Happy birthday, Kev. I forgot all about that. Kev, you don't know, you might want to put your you might want to drop your cash app in case somebody want to drop you something.
I should do that.
I mean, it works. You just put it under your name. I don't know why the names aren't showing. I keep hold on. I think it may be something I'm doing. Let me
Make
see.
sure they don't drop syphilis.
To make sure. But last but definitely not least, you got the man of many mangoes, Mango Mike in the building. What's up, Mike?
Chilling, Crown Heights, Brooklyn. You know what it is.
Let's go. Right, and while you're talking, Mike, why don't you go ahead and drop your financial minute on us before we get started?
All right. First off, what's up to the chat? My twin in there, Black Lion. This cape wearing dude who had a birthday, whatever your name is, guy.
What up?
What's popping? It's been a slow week, but my financial tip comes from the Black Lion himself. Everybody should be watching out. Tesla had a little sale, he said last week. And what was the one you just told me about? Oh, my memory's horrible.
The split on Walmart.
Right. The Walmart split.
Yeah.
And it's coming up soon. Ladies and gentlemen, might be a time to do a little dibble dabble. That's all I'm saying. The Straight Talk Society is not a financial show. We do not we're not trying to tell you what to do with your money. We're just giving options of what we would do. And if you care to listen and maybe act on that, that is up to your discretion. But like I said, that Walmart split might be a little something you might want to dibble and dabble in. I'm gonna leave it at that.
And you know what's funny? I did I thought I owned stock in Tesla. Obviously I didn't, but I did go and purchase some after I saw Wayne. I couldn't find the Nuve on what I use, so I got to use something else. That's the Ryan Reynolds one, right? The new yeah, I couldn't find it. I was looking for it. I couldn't find it, but I did put a little something on Tesla. So I think the sale went through this morning. Yeah, Monday, because I bought it over the weekend. So the sale went through today. So I gotta check it out and see what we got going on. Shout out to MD, the political prophet in the building. Kev, what's your health tip of the week?
Health tip of the week. Same thing as last time. I would say make sure you intermittently fast, so that way not only are you detoxifying yourself, but you're pretty much resetting yourself every day. And just eat fruits and vegetables, and make sure you look at the label when you're buying your fruits and vegetables, which says which starts with the number 9. So that way you're eating actual organic food, as opposed to buying foods that are genetically modified or just filled with like a bunch of pesticides. But as long as you fast and you eat your fruits and vegetables, and you can eat like meats if you want to, but as long as you do that, you'll definitely save a trip from the doctor, because Lord knows they don't want you to get better.
Hey, Kev, you know what? Never mind. I'm not even gonna say anything. Y'all make sure to drop your cash app in the chat, man, just in case. I don't see Keeler. She's probably doing something, but we'll get it circulating as we go. And last but not least, Black Lion, you got any financial tips for us for this week?
Yes, sir, man. I'm not a professional, like Mike said. I'm just giving out tips. It's up to you to look into it. This week, Wayne's money line tip is money market savings. Okay, get that 5% APY. I know we used to the old traditional way, putting our money in regular savings in the banks, which is cool, but you getting that 1%. Some of you getting that less than 1%. Go and look into money market accounts and savings, and you're gonna get that 5% APY. The only thing about it is a lot of them have a minimum that you can leave in there, but other than that, man, you get a good return on your money with your money in that savings account. You can Google some of them. They have a list of them. You can go to investopedia.com, which is one of my favorite sites. They have a whole article about them. They even rate them, and you could just read up on them. And if you decide to jump into it, go ahead. Maybe for some people, maybe for not everybody, but I don't believe in leaving money on the table, baby. So that's my money line tip for the day. Money market account, 5% APY. Look into it.
And again, like Mike said, that we are not a financial company. What we're saying is strictly just a tip. It's hey, this is something we think. If you want to follow that direction, fine. Can't hold us liable for anything that you do with your money based off a tip that you heard from us. So before we get into today's show, like, this show has completely just been rewritten. This show was named something else, which I already forgot the name of it. Now we got to change it to Blocking Your Blessings based on the video that they sent me earlier. But that's how this rolls over here. Just so everybody knows that I don't really do too much planning as to what we're going to do. I have a general outline, and if things start coming in, then we're going to pivot accordingly. People always send me videos. My cousin Kevin sent me a video earlier that I definitely wanted to get on the show. Wayne dropped a video that I wanted to get on the show. Then Mike asked the question, and I'm like, man, I don't even know who you're talking about. And then when I studied up on it, I'm like, oh, we definitely got to talk about this. So we're going to do a little pivot, which is fine. I mean, that it is what it is. But before we get into that, I do want to play this one video because there is a teacher that shared this a while ago. Peace, Jackie McCall. There is a teacher that shared this a while ago, and I told her that I would play it on the show. So hopefully she is watching or going to watch later. So let me bring up this screen because I really want us to touch on this before we get into those other three topics today. And I promise to have you out of here before 8 o'clock. So let's get it. Let's share this. All right, let me know when you see it.
Yep.
All right, here we go.
Were able to name a whole lot of women at one time. What? Sexy Red? Who else? Ice Spice. Who else? Cardi B. Right? Okay. Ruby. All of these people. When I asked you to give me a list of women that you respect, what was the main name you said? Mom. There's an imbalance there. Let's just talk about it. That's the first thing you said. They'd be shaking their booty, right? Right? If you can't even talk about a woman's body without breaking down and giggling like a little boy, that means we have some discussions to make, because your energy and focus goes on them. But when it's time for somebody, an actual real body woman, to get in your face and it's difficult to talk about it, that's what my job is today, is to help you to mature. I know, like you said, I know that that's wrong, but if you're still entertaining it and laughing at it, that's not the righteous thing to do. Because once you give them that like, once you give them that attention, once you give them that energy, you're saying continue to do it. That women are disrespectful to you and you don't know what to do, don't put your hands on them. Don't tilt your inner compass and start cussing them out. You go find somebody older and more mature. Deep down inside, you know that you wouldn't do it to your mother. You know you wouldn't do it to me. So I don't care how much this media and this entertainment around you convinces you that it's cool, because they put it over a dope track, because they give a visual to it that's popular and viral. If you know inside with your inner compass it's not the right thing to do, remember my voice in that moment.
All right, so let me give you guys just the backstory on this, because again, I've had this in my IG box for a long time. she's a teacher, and I forget her name, is like Marina, something like that. I'll say it before we go off. But she goes and this is how she teaches her class. So the question that she asked them was to name women that you see promoted heavy. And you got a bunch of boys. Uh-oh, who fell off? Mike fell off. So he said, she said, name women that you see promoted heavy in the media. And you guys heard they start mentioning, first thing they go to is the usual hits: Ice Spice, Cardi B, Meg Thee Stallion, Sexy Red. And then she asked them the question, hey, name a woman who you respect. And the only person they could say was their mom. So Kev, what do you think about that? Because then she even furthermore went on to say how the media is pushing the Cardi B's, and it's nothing like we don't always say. They're pushing the Sexy Reds, they're pushing the Meg Thee Stallions, they're pushing what they want you to what they want you, your image. So they're pushing their image of the woman on you, when in reality you wouldn't expect that from your mother. So Kev, what do you think about that? Just a short thing. And again, let me find her name right now.
Sure, that was an interesting comment she made. She said they're not real women, but from what I know, Sexy Red has no implants. That's a real woman.
No, she didn't. No, she didn't say they were. No, she didn't say that. She said when a real woman comes in front of you, not saying that they aren't real, but it goes back to what she's saying. Like they're put up to you to present this image. Yeah, don't say that she said that they're not real women. They're not. No, she's not. She didn't say that.
And I was making a funny take, but it's really it's a tough situation because a lot of this stuff is being pushed on social media. And of course, when it comes to parents, they're not really going to monitor their kids when it comes to giving them a cell phone. Without parental guidance, a kid is just going to do whatever is quote unquote normal based off of what other kids are seeing and doing. So whether or not she's a good teacher, it's going to be difficult for her or any parents to find respectable women, because the main push is from social media. You know, when we go to our daily lives, you know, we go to work, we go to school, and then we go home. That's most of our interactions. But you know, with kids in this generation now, a lot of their interactions is coming from the internet. So of course, the companies are going to do their job to make money and push the women that are going to get the most attention, which is the Sexy Reds, which is the Ice Spices, and it also sucks that they have the catchy music. So it's definitely not surprising that those are the people that they're the first people that pop up in their mind. So yeah, let me hear what you guys had to say.
Real woman, and here go MD already, man. Real woman based on what? A social norm. Man, here we go. Because you know what? If we had to come back to this, we will. Because I didn't think we were going to get into this, but I see MD trying to take us down that alley. Mike, what you got to say about this? Unmute yourself. Mike probably just a talking.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know what's going on. My mic keep cutting out.
Mike probably just a talking.
Nah. All right. So, of course, I'm going to start this the way every conversation should start. I'm going to ignore Kevin. Ignore him fully. This is not a social media construct. This is, everyone, I haven't said this in a while, this is white supremacy. If you look at what the music industry pushes, if you look at what society says is real Black women, And black men, you know, we could add black men too. What they say a black man is, what they say a real man is, what they say a real chick is, what they say a boss babe is, what they say a baddie is. It's never what I think a baddie is. It's never what I would want to marry. It's never what I think would be good for the future boys that have to come up after us. It's always people that are 100% drenched in over promiscuity, over showing of their body. And I know that's subjective, but if I can almost see a birth canal, I don't know what to tell you. I think that's what they're using to destroy us. I know people like to say Michael's always overreacting, he's a fatalist, but if you can't see it, I don't know what to tell you. Like, I watch country music videos, I watch Taylor Swift videos, I watch all these non-black American people make music, women make music, and it's tastefully done with the exception of a very, you know, raggedy few. But it's like no black woman can make a video without their secondary sex characteristics being thrust in front of the camera. Like, it's insane. I used to watch Nicki Minaj and she would just have a fly haircut, some cool dresses, and then Anaconda dropped and it was naked. It was damn near naked, and that's what it's been since then. It's how much can I show without my areola showing? How much can I show where they won't put the little fuzzy thing on my butt? Like, it makes no sense. And the lyrics, I haven't heard a bar from a female in so long, it makes no sense. It's like they must not drink. Like, you would fall on a bar by mistake, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, just trip on a bar, something. Everything is my booty hole list. I slept with him and robbed him. He had a nice car, so I swallowed him. It's like, and then we wonder why we get the 4-year-old singing Hands on Your Knees. And you wonder where that comes from. And here's the kicker. You ready for the kicker? Let me turn my camera on for this. Ready for the kicker? Here's the kicker. When I say something about it, when I rage against it, when I say it's wrong, when I say we need to stop it, everybody tells me I'm the problem. Everybody says I'm misogynistic. And 90% of y'all don't even know what that means. All of y'all say something's wrong with Mike. Give him a mango and tell him to shut up. They don't know what's up. Michael's crazy. Oh! But then when a woman gets called a trifling heifer, y'all look at me like, aren't you going to defend her? She just sang 18 songs tonight at the club saying she don't need no man. And all of us is dusty. And she don't need us, and she make more money than us. And if I don't make over 80,000, I ain't this. And she could smash 8 of me before the night's over and not care about none of it. Like, what do you want? I don't understand. Go ahead, Black Lion. Because I'm old and antiquated. Apparently, the fact that I want my woman to care about me more than what my wallet does, and to not go outside and advertise her body sexually to other men makes me insane. So I'll be crazy. Y'all go ahead and just keep furthering the world that is going. And then when everything is destroyed, somebody's going to be like, damn, Mike was right. It'll be was because we'll all be dead. But at least I'll still be right in the afterlife. Holla at your boy.
I knew he was going to work it in some type of way. What's up, Wayne?
Got to.
I don't know. It's a lot to unpack there. I mean, I wish I would have had a little bit more backstory. I might go look at it more.
Oh, her name. I just had her name too. Her name is Miss Mariana 365. So MISMARIANN 365.
So she's like, okay.
She's a teacher.
Okay. And so basically she's sitting there talking to the boys about, I guess, the difference between a real woman and not a real woman, I guess.
That's this video. I mean, but okay. I went and looked at a couple more of her videos. So she doesn't exclusively talk to boys. She talks to girls too, but it's always along the lines of self-respect. Respect yourself. You know, that type of stuff.
Fair enough. Well, I mean, when you, I guess, when you, I'm along with Mike. It's like I guess when you live in a society where it's like allow me to be me. When you push to entertain anything that come to your mind because you refuse the doctrines of discipline, and you I mean, this is what you get. You know what I mean? This is what you get when you throw fathers out of the home, or this is what you get when you stop uh punishment in the schools. I mean, this is what you get, man, when you turn the well out of stuff. So um this is what you're getting. This is the culture. And you know, there was at a point where we was like, yo, let's do something different. But as the generations went on and years went on, people wanted to be free to speak their mind and do what they want to do. And well, this is what you get when there's no boundaries, especially in Black culture, man. You know what I'm saying? So, and again, we are a matriarchy. So again, you know, we know what that means. So, um, I guess it's okay what she doing, telling the boys about what type of women to respect and what type of women are, I guess, not to give attention to. That's because that's basically what I heard her say. So, I don't have too much on this. I wish I'd had a little bit more of the story though, but um, yeah, I mean, and as far as the win, go ahead.
Let me
No, I
let me
was going
say
to
a little
say
something.
that particular video that's it. It says there's a part one, but it's
Oh, that
not.
was it. All right.
I
Yeah.
was I
Okay.
was looking
Well.
for it. It's not.
Yeah. So that's all I got on that.
Let me jump on that. You know what? I just watched the video. I wish I could have found. I should have sent it to you, Trevor. It was a short. That's why I didn't send it. But you ever seen those videos where like a guy, a famous guy, or an attractive guy or an attractive girl will stand there and then they'll like march 20 people up to try to like convince them to take them out, or you got to choose one. Like, you know what I mean? So recently, I just watched this one, and this woman walked up and she was like, "Hey, where would you take me on my first on a date?" Or like, "Where would you take me if I came up to you and was like, hey, I'm with you for the day?" And the dude said, "Oh, I'll probably take you home and smash." And she was like, "Well, you won't want to eat or nothing?" And he's like, "Yeah. After we smash, we can go get some KFC or some Popeyes or something."
I
And
saw that.
she's, you saw that? And she's
Yeah.
like, why would that be the only thing on your mind? Mind you, this woman is standing there with the whole top of her butt cheeks
Yeah.
hanging out of her outfit. The top, so scandalous, is barely areola and slight mammary covering, whole belly out, looking like a scoochie, and she wants respect.
And that's what I'm saying, right? That's what I'm saying. What the Black community is, the matriarchy, meaning, hey, I should be. That's what I'm saying. I should be able to be who I want to be and what I want to be, and I still want to be respected as I'm Michelle Obama.
And get,
But this is what you're getting.
Kev,
hey, just
get
like,
in there and defend it, because before I move on, because I know you want to defend it.
Do I want to defend it? I'm not defending that.
Oh, okay.
Although
Hey,
I do want to say that no, I think Mike is wrong. I think social media is really playing an effect on people's minds. Like people are literally ruining their lives just for social media, just for the clout.
I didn't say it wasn't.
yeah, I didn't hear him say
No,
that.
you were
I said
denouncing
it
it.
wasn't.
You were denouncing it.
I said it's not first and foremost. It's not the main thing. The main thing is white supremacy.
White
So,
supremacy.
social media is under white supremacy. Yes, it's a tool they use.
Okay, fair enough. It's a tool.
So take it back.
No.
Well, hey, I want all of y'all to remember, you can do what you want, you can say what you want, you can act how you want, you can dress how you want, but so can everybody else. So if you want to walk around and like Dave Chappelle said, you might not be a whore, but you're wearing a whore's uniform. If you want to do that, don't be mad when bitch is what you're called on a regular basis. Because that's what they call you in the strip club. Hey, bitch, come over here and dance with me, bitch. That's what it is. You can't, if I walk around in dirty clothes and everybody calls me Dusty, I can't complain about it. I mean, I can, but nobody's going to care. Just like nobody cares when you complain about being called a thought when you're dressed like Tatiana. Go ahead, Trev.
Jackie McCall says discipline starts at home. That father must teach his sons how to respect women just like he does their mom. That father showing that mother in that house respect and love, those sons will learn that, and there he had got cut off and take it with them. I agree with that. That's
Hey, and don't sleep. The father's there for the women, the girls too. They need to see how a man is supposed to treat you, and they need to see how you're supposed to be treated when you're not acting the way you are. My daughter walks out in some Tatiana shorts. She gonna see that look in my face. Take it back inside. I don't know where you think you are, but you're not in my house dressed like that. Take it off. Put something else on.
so. Ricardo's talking about a reference. That girl twin was clutching her pearls when dude was like, he just wanted to smut her out after the meal. Yeah, I remember.
Yep.
Yeah, I like that. And I'm
All the
looking
booty
at
was
it.
out.
Ricardo may have sent it to me then, because I'm looking at it. I'm like, man, what does she expect? But anyway, let's
Wayne
move
told you what
on.
she expects: to be treated like a princess.
Yeah, I guess. Let's get into this next one, seeing that things was all changed. Wayne sent me this, and I thought this was really, really interesting. And I said I wanted to especially bring this up because I had my words for this, because this is funny.
Broke guy, and it really sucks because he has the best personality, hands down. I have so much fun with him, but it's like it's gotten to the point where right now I'm not doing as financially well as I normally do. So in the past, like, we have taken trips, but I've paid for the trips, I've paid for the hotel, I've paid for the rental of the car. If we've been to concerts, I've paid for the tickets. He does what he can when he can, but he doesn't do enough. You know what I'm saying?
So hold on, I do want to pause this real quick. So just so we got to get some qualifiers here. She's dating a broke guy, but she loves his personality. He does what he can when he can. She never once said that he didn't treat her bad. So I just wanted to establish that before we move on, because this built up to my frustration.
But he does what he can when he can. But it's gotten to the point where it definitely sucks because I'm not doing as well financially. I can't afford to do things for two people.
So something happened to her financial outlook, and now all of a sudden there's an issue. It wasn't an issue until she got messed up. So now just because we got to follow this.
I can't even afford to do things just myself right now. So because I can't afford to do things for two, we actually don't do anything. We haven't done anything. Like, if I'm being for honest, like in September for my birthday month, he does celebrate me around those times though. He does celebrate me around the holidays. He does celebrate me around my birthday. But yeah, it's been October, November, December, January. So for the past 4 months, me and him, we just been like sitting ducks. And yeah, it sucks. Like, it's crazy because I feel like females come online and talk about, like, look what he bought me, look what he got me, look at where he took me. It's like the ones that are dating the broke men, we don't talk about it.
There you go.
But it's like, no, I mean, I don't know, there has to be like a conversation about it. And it really sucks because I feel like it's kind of getting to the point where if I'm not the breadwinner, or if I don't somehow make my life lead me up to making income for two, I don't think that I'm going to be able to be with this person. And it just really sucks because like I said, he has like the best personality, hands down. So I'm on here to ask, what do I do? And don't be too cold. Like, don't be too rude. You know what I'm saying? Because I had my narcissist ex-boyfriend who made way more money than I did. And that wasn't the answer. Like, so it's like, where is the common ground? Like, and obviously I do have a little bit of fear. Like, if I stay with him during this whole time and I continue to help out, is he gonna just walk away when he does better? It's just, It's so
Hold on, because normally I let y'all ride out on this. I gotta interject here, and this I don't know who this is. Garnet Amara says, "Why not try to get money together? Because you're too sensible, Garnet. You're too sensible." So she said this. She said the perfect thing. I was waiting. She said that her narcissist boyfriend, who apparently got a lot of money, it didn't work out either. So she's contemplating getting rid of the guy that don't have it right now. And the reason, I'm gonna tell her the reason just in case she doesn't understand, because she's literally answering all her own questions. She says that she's not in a financial spot anymore to foot the bill for both of them. So did she ever stop to think that maybe Buddy hasn't taken her out in 4 months because he's trying to save the little bread that he does have to help out and make sure that the lights stay on, that they keep a roof over their head? Did she ever stop to think any of that? But secondly, just the main thing, and I told this to Wayne, that completely pissed me off about this is the fact that she came on and said other women come on and talk about all the trips they're going on. Other women come on and talk about all the things their man's buying them, but we can't do that. All this is about show and tell. That's all this is. Again, you one of them
so
broads. I
scary.
got
It's
no
so crazy
sympathy
because
for.
it's like I really, really like him, and I really, really, really like don't want to like not be with him, but at the same time too, like I'm too effing old to do this shit. Like I've already spun around this block a few times. Like
Get off my camera. And then she says, "Oh, I don't want to leave him though, because what if he gets it together and gets better?" So if he's good enough for you to be like, well, damn, if he start banking, I don't want to lose him. Why not stay with him and help build the empire together? Y'all got it. I'm I can't. Kev, what you got, man?
I think there's not enough information to give like a full answer, but I'm gonna definitely say I'm not gonna say she's crazy for feeling how she feels. I'm not gonna say she's right for feeling the way she feels. I'm more like middle ground. Being that I actually was roommates with a guy who was dating another one of my roommates, and it was kind of the same situation to where she was pretty much the breadwinner in the apartment. This is when I was homeless, but when I went in there, she was working and he was at the home, just watching TV and messing around on his computer. And in that situation, he made like no effort to do better, to like get to find a job, to do anything to help with the bills, until I came there and I said, okay, well, if I leave this house, you guys are gonna sink, so you need to get a job. And then that's when he like, got his things together. I gave him a job application. He got the job, and then things were a little sweet from there.
Kev,
So
let me just ask you one question. Just
go
one
ahead.
question. Did she say that all he did was sit around and play video games and not work?
No, but she did
Okay.
mention that. Yeah, no, but she did mention that she was the main person who's spending a lot of money as opposed to him. And that kind of
Exactly.
irritated her. So that's a factor. But yeah, we don't know what the situation with the guy. Maybe he's a bum, maybe he's not.
Oh, my mic went out.
But at
Can you
least
hear me?
from what it sounds
Yeah,
like,
we can hear you.
from what it sounds like, he's
What is wrong? Why
contributing in
can't I
some
hear
type of
people?
way, but it's not the same way as it was before. But yeah, with social media, that's going to play an effect on
All right, well,
everybody's
point at me
mind.
when it's my turn to talk. I
Sure.
can't hear y'all.
So like I said, social media is going to play an effect in her mind, a lot of people's mind, and she's going to be looking at all these like TikToks about people going on vacation and stuff like that, and she's going to look at her relationship and kind of compare it. But yeah, if she's comparing a relationship to social media, that relationship's not going to last. But if it's a guy who's like going to if it's a guy that she knows is good for her and knows is going to eventually turn back around, then that's a situation that'll work out and that she should stay in. But if it is a guy who is not trying to do better, or at least work together to try to do better, then that relationship's not going to work anyway. So, but yeah, I can definitely say a lot of chicks go in this situation because of great pee-pee, and that's definitely a factor that goes under the rug. Great. There's a quote I made up: "Great with great dick comes great responsibility," and in this situation, apparently he's got some great. That might be a factor too. He's got some great D, and that's why she's sticking around. That's why she's having this dilemma. Because obviously, if that wasn't a factor, and if money was such a big issue, she'd be with the narcissist guy, even if that was a big issue. But go ahead,
Wayne. You sent me the video, man. What you got?
Oh, it's a couple of angles I can go at this, but I'm gonna choose just one or two. Well, first of all, she's a POS for outing the man on social media. That's number one. Putting their business out on social media. I cannot stand women who do that, right? Because there's somebody that know this guy and know her and is gonna get back to that guy. You know what I'm saying? And she cannot like him like that, to out him on social media. And then her title is "I'm dating a broke man." That is ridiculous, number one. Number two, Kev, where in that clip did she said he was a bum, he wasn't working, he wasn't trying to do anything? Where
He
did
made
that
it
come
up.
from? Where did that come from?
is that
Jeez.
rhetorical?
But anyway,
He made
you know,
it up.
yeah, I don't even know. She said he's a great guy. He has money for his bills, but when it's time to go out, they can't do nothing, or she has to end up paying. You know what I'm saying? And this is the thing, right? Like, you know, th- this is why men, and this is why when women are, you if you're listening in the chat or anywhere you come to this video, I want to say something. This is why we don't give a damn about your degree. This is why we don't give a damn about how much money you make, because you do not take care of a man with your money. That's why we do not care. You are not programmed that way. You programmed to take care of yourself with your money, and you're programmed to take care of your children with your money. That's why we don't give a care. I'm trying not to curse. That's why we don't give a care about your money, because you get like this. You know what I mean? And again, it's so many angles I can go at it. Another angle is like, because I talked to guys who dated women, like, where it's not that they don't do anything, it's that they want to do something all the time. You know what I'm saying? It's like, dang, we just went out and went to a movie this week. Next weekend, you want to go to a concert. Next weekend, you want to do this. You want to do that. Look, baby, we got to slow down. You understand what I'm saying? So, she could be that, and I've heard of women that always want to do something. They always want to go somewhere. They like children. You got to keep them entertained. Some of these women, you know what I mean? So, and again, and that guy's like, well, whoa, and she said, well, we do celebrate me on my birthday. We do things, but a lot of times when we are going somewhere, I got to rent a car. I got to pay for this. Yeah, because he probably like, listen, we went over here, and listen, like you said, we don't even know the backside. Like, he might be a straight honest guy, be like, look, baby, right now I got this going on, that going on, this going on, that going on, and this is what I got going on right now. And she's like, cool, we together. And all of a sudden it's like, well, I want to go here. He's like, all right, listen, if you want to go here, you pay for it. So I mean, again, it can be all kind of situations, man, but it's just like,
it's a female.
Hey, Wayne.
Exactly. Go ahead.
Hey, Wayne, I don't want to cut you off, but I just want to make a point because of something you said. When we remember, I told y'all the story a couple of weeks ago. His Kev, a feminist. Remember,
female.
Remember when I told you the story that when the night, me and my wife and you and your ex double dated, the situation that I got in, correct?
Right.
That was a product of me overextending myself.
Yes.
Thinking that I had to just to please her, when truth of the matter is I got what's called a level-headed woman. what, 2 weeks ago we went to SmackDown. That cost me about $400. We went to the circus. Went to the circus the following day. That cost us about another $200-300. Over this past weekend, we went to a comedy show. I don't know what that cost because she treated for that. And then, you know, I looked at her. I'm like, hey, what we got coming up next? She was like, we ain't got nothing coming up. We need to regroup. I'm like, my goodness, a level-headed woman. Like,
yeah, right.
You have to understand, like, okay, you want to go out, you want to be seen, you want to dress up and have other women. And please remind me about that comedy show Saturday. You want to go out and have other women see you so they could look at you, all at the expense of taking money out of your house. For what? So you could go eat a steak that's probably not that good. Like, come on, man. Think about what she's saying. What she's saying is foolishness. And then, Kev, that's why we get on you so much. And you know, I'm assuming you're 30 now, so you could take this now. Yeah, well, yeah, major pause. You imposed all the negativity on that guy. You didn't. I would have felt better if you would have been like, man, the man don't have a job that pay that much. Nah, you is a sit and play video games all day, sit on the couch, be a bum, make her pay for everything. When all she says she pays for is all the extra stuff. She never said that he don't foot the bill for everything else. But that don't sound good. That doesn't sound good to be like, man, this man handling business, he can't just do all the extra stuff. And what's probably going to happen, she's going to leave him for somebody else that's going to treat her like crap. And he's going to get on his stuff, and he's going to be like big time, and she'll just be one of his side pieces. This is how it is. I ain't mean to cut you off, Wayne. Go ahead.
Nah, you good. I'll let my plane. I'll jump back in and let Mike get a little bit.
Go ahead, Mike, because I know you want to get her.
Y'all ate all the meat.
Wait, hold on. Wait, let me see what Garnet Amara is saying. And so you're so self-serving and no empathy. Help that man get it. Hey, listen, another sister. I've never seen you before, but welcome to the Straight Talk Society. With views like that, you always got a home over here. Peace, Antoine Lockett. Hey, man, shout out to all the newcomers. Shout out to Eddie Israel in the building. Y'all make sure and hit that like, share, and subscribe button. And if you feel inclined, we do have channel memberships for $1.99. Hey, nobody's pressuring you. All right, go ahead, Mike.
Well, first off, Garnet, I don't trust that you're really a woman. You're making way too much sense. I don't trust, and you pretty. I don't trust it. All right. So I had to mark off like a bunch of topics that I wanted to go on because y'all ate up all my little happiness. But you know what? That's why I go last. I'm B Mike. I got a rep. So I will start with, this woman is the epitome of selfishness. Everything she said was about her wants, not needs, because she ain't saying nothing about needs. Her wants. She never once was like, you're welcome. We'd love to have you, sir.
No, don't do that.
That boy, that's Garnet Silk's son or something. I ain't falling for that. But she's selfish incarnate.
I already went to her channel, though, just to make sure it's not a troll. It looks like it.
I'm scared. But everything she said, the only time she gave him any kind of compliment was when it was about how he treated her. You realize that? Everything was about her. She's the first woman to I ain't gonna say first woman. She used the same tropes, narcissist controlling, to talk about her ex. Didn't say anything he did, just said he had money, because that's all she really cares about. This is a money-hungry child. And that's my next point. This is not a grown woman. This is a grown baby. This is a child who looks like an adult. You feel me? I know. Hey, that's how my romantic life is anyway, Eddie. I'm used to it. But on the real, for real, this chick is a child. Like, if you listen to everything she says, she's throwing a tantrum. She's like, why can other girls have and I don't have? She's a child. She's trying to live up to the Joneses. She sees chicks on TV. Oh wow, he took her on a boat, not knowing that boat was a green screen, or they rented it for 2 hours just so they could take pictures and go back to the shore. They ain't got no. How many women you know got a boat? Real talk. How many women you know got a boat? The answer is not that many. You feel me? Not that many. And I'm gonna keep this real. She don't like him. I want y'all to go back and listen to that. She doesn't like him. She likes what he can do, and she likes that he's not the narcissist boyfriend. That's it. She don't like him. No woman that likes you calls you the broke man and then can say nothing that validates that he's broke. She never said he doesn't do things for her. She says he does all this stuff at the holidays. Holidays are, if you go look at the calendar, holidays are damn near, they like wrestling PLEs. They back to back to back to back to back. You feel me? And the only 2 holidays that women don't seem to give a damn about is our birthdays and Father's Day. That's it. That's it. Every other holiday, it's Arbor Day. You gonna get me a flower? Heifer, I'm trying to tell y'all, this chick don't like him. All she wants is something to flash on the gram. Kevin said he don't have enough information. I've got all the info I need. People speak. They lead out with what's important to them. And everything she said was about her. She didn't care about this man. He's nice. He's not. No. If you really had a narcissistic boyfriend and then this man came and he's doing all these good things for you, and the only thing he's not doing is buying you, is paying for these foolishness, these foolish little excursions. Because if you listen to what she was saying, he does something every month. He just doesn't do something every week. And that's her problem. And she didn't care until it affected her pockets. When her pockets were dry, then it's this problem. When his pockets was going dry, man, you broke. You just need to step up. And I'm going to finish it with this. Nobody in the world complains about broke men more than broke women. You men need to stop letting these chicks slide. They be calling people broke because they ain't got nothing and they want your stuff. About time. They want your stuff. Why do you think every video you see, how much he has to make? He got to make, and then an exorbitant amount of money. You know why? Because when you're paying for everything, she's taking your money to try to build her life. She doesn't want to build her own life. She doesn't want to struggle. She doesn't want to persevere. She wants easy street. She wants you to struggle, you to persevere, and then show up into her life with the riches so she can jump on and spend your money. That had a whole bunch of, wow, you saw that? I had like pantomime to go with it. Like, I'm really serious. That's what they want. And that's why you should not give it to them. Any woman that wants your money, any woman that thinks 50-50 is disgusting, especially in this climate, let's be serious. Any woman that thinks your money's my money and my money's my money, any woman that talks like that, move on. These ain't the times for that. Because I guarantee you, any woman that says all those things can't cook. You heard me say it, can't clean. You heard me say it. She gonna take your money and get another woman to come clean your house. And if you tell her to cook, she gonna say you're controlling. If I'm lying, I'm flying. We say that back in the 90s. But I'm trying to tell you, stay away from these women. This woman, I hope and pray. I found a lot of stuff to talk about. I hope and pray this, for real, I can talk. I hope and pray this man has good enough friends that someone, like Wayne said, found this video, sent it to him, and his immediate reaction was, appreciate it, dog. We are over. That should be the end of it, because I'm not having a conversation. I just had no, I'm not going to say that because I think she's watching the show. Go ahead, bro. You want to talk? Go ahead.
No, that's the only thing I want to say about that. That's not going to happen because, unfortunately, most women that do stuff like that know that they can get away with it. That's why they choose that type of man that allows them to blast them. Let me ask you this. Any man on this panel, do you think, even if it was true, that a woman you'd be with would have the audacity to do something like that to you? I'll wait.
Hell no.
Exactly.
They know better. I don't play that.
And it ain't even a physical thing. It's just like it's a legit respect factor. So I don't think he could see. He probably was there as she was recording the video, just a whimpering and crying, like, man, why you doing this to me? Why you doing this to me? Because they know that, you know, they always say they see you coming, or you know who to do certain things to, and that's the issue there. But
jumping over for frightened.
Yeah,
I bet he got a Kev t-shirt on too.
Speaking of t-shirts, the Straight Talk Society store will be open very, very soon. So you can get one of these fantastic Straight Talk Society shirts, mugs, hoodies. Shout out to Juju. Juju, we haven't seen you in a long time. How are you doing?
I was on her YouTube the other day.
Oh, okay. You could get Straight Talk Society hoodies, mouse pad, mug, men and women t-shirts. Hey, show the world that you're part of the Straight Talk Society. Let's get this word out. So yeah, let me see what Garnet's saying. It's so sad that most women are like this. See, they're gonna get you on that most. I wouldn't say most, I'll just say a lot. I'll say a lot.
I say most modern women.
Yeah. Let's preface it with modern women. Antoine Lockett. So I guess it's true what they say. Mike is always right. This must be one of Mike homies that he flew in.
No. Hey, I tell everybody I fly in. I tell them I brought Kevin, and he don't agree with me.
Oh man, Juju. Yeah, Juju. It's always good to see you, man. I haven't seen you in a while. I thought you took a break from YouTube. Garner says that's why more people getting divorced than married.
Yo,
hey,
who is this, sir?
Yeah, I've been married. Let me see, 23. I've been married 11 years, and I don't I don't advocate anybody to get married unless you know for sure, right? Because I mean, hey, I got a good marriage, but I'm just saying it ain't easy. It's not something, because I think the problem with people is they care more about the wedding than the actual marriage. They don't care, they don't give a damn about the day after the wedding. They care about just the wedding and what leads up to it. I get to be a bridezilla. I get to do this, but they don't understand running a house together, raising kids together, not agreeing. What happens when the sex cuts off? Hey, listen, there's this video that Mike sent me. I got to reach out to this woman. It's a white lady. I got to reach out to her because I either want her on the show or I want her blessing to play her video on the channel, because y'all know I don't play people's videos, but that one I will play, because if she didn't break it down, then there's nothing that's ever been broke down in life.
Don't say your boy don't be looking out for you.
Yeah, that woman broke this thing down to a point where it's just there's no coming back from it. So I am going to reach out to her and see if at the very least I could get her to just let us play the video, because I don't want to have to deal with any issues. All right, anybody, y'all please make sure hit the like, share, and subscribe. But anybody else got anything to add to this before we move on? See, now because we bring this up, there's one more that I got to play. I wasn't going to play it till next week, but I got to play one more before we get into the main event. We're doing good on time.
I just want to say I said what I said, and I'm definitely correct.
Yeah, we know, Kev. We know. Hey, listen, man.
No, we don't.
You always got a home with us, Kev. You always. That's one thing. Nobody can ever remove you from over here. You always got a home with us.
You got a home with Trevor.
This is a lady that I've been wanting to play one of her videos for the longest. I seen her pop up a lot. It's just like every time I try to get to it, we always talk about something else. So I'm going to impose this in here right now because this woman speaks facts. So here we go.
Women don't accept the reality that men take respect over love. Any day.
Mm-hmm.
Any day, every day of the week and twice on Sunday. Respect me before you love me. And then women position themselves where it's like, well, I'll take safety over love.
Damn.
Safety, huh?
So as long as I feel safe with you, I don't have to be in love with you. Because I'll marry the man that I respect before I marry the man that I'm in love with.
You know what? Ooh, when you say that out loud,
she ain't lie.
That makes some sense.
Yeah, no, she didn't lie. I have no rebuttals. Because even the safety, immediately when you said safety, I'm like, no, in my head, I'm like, no, they want to marry somebody that's financially keeping them safe.
And it's so many different
protect.
It's so many different layers to safety.
But mine,
emotional,
keeping them safe.
But I don't have to be in love with my husband because I'm not gonna always.
You're not gonna always.
No. Yeah. But if I'm safe, where I'm going? I'm right here.
All right. Listen, only thing I got to say about that is they always get to make those type of choices. We don't. Like, we're marrying 95% of the time. We're marrying. Shout out to Bones in the building. We're marrying because we love them. And we want to build something with them. With them, 9 out of 10 is like, I need their protection. I need, or the favorite one, I'm getting old now. I don't want to die not married. I don't want to be my aunties and things like that don't have a man, like that type of stuff. It's never just like I love them. And the reason I'm saying this is because I've heard this. I've heard married people tell me this, that they had to grow to love their spouse. I'm like, huh? You married somebody before you love them? It's weird, but that is what it is. But they're the only ones that could do that, because God forbid we ever say, hey, I don't really love you. I'm just marrying you because you got money. I'm marrying you because the sex is good. I'm marrying you because I could get some pretty children out of you. I may end up loving you eventually, but I don't love you right now. If we do that, then you're going to have a runaway bride situation. Go ahead, Mike.
I love this woman's spirit, and I would like to loan her the rightness, because she is right. She must have like been in one of my dreams and sucked up some of this rightness, because wow, that was amazing. I'm a little thrown. I didn't think you would come to me first. You threw me off a little bit. Marriage scares the hell out of me, bro. It shouldn't. This is, you know what? I'm gonna take it here. Men's problem, and I'm gonna tell guys. I'm gonna get on you guys. You don't do your due diligence before you get married. That's men's problem, and I think it would fix a lot of our issues. I was on IG, and I have this this post I made that, you know, is about 600 likes right now. You know, I'm doing my thing over there, and it's talking about this woman who is on a date with a guy, and she's explaining to him that she didn't know that her husband had 4 kids. And I railed on her, like, how there's no way in the world you could be married to somebody and not know they have 4 kids, not know they have any kids. She thought he didn't have no kids. And women, of course, jumped out he could do this, he could do. I'm like, yes, ma'am, yes. He's Jason Bourne. He's John Wick. He could do all these things and go into go into Wikipedia, change it, go into he's everything. He's Jack Reacher. Stop it. And I know that's about women, but I want to take it to men. I was telling them that you, as a grown adult, you need to do your due diligence before you take a ring from somebody. But I'm gonna say this to men: you need to do your due diligence before you give a chick a ring. You need to learn. You need to know whether she's got sickle cell in her family. You need to know whether she got some felonies, some DUIs. Know whether she got some evictions. It ain't just a big button to smile. You need to know things about her. I think there's a new thing going around where women are faking their femininity. Wayne would know about this. Kevin, not so much, because whatever. Wayne would know about this. There's women that are going around learning how to act like traditional women. And then once they get the guy, they revert back to their ways. We all saw it with Sierra. You remember, had her future, had her whole phase, then got her a little, I got my quarterback. And now she back to thoughting it up. Gentlemen, do your due diligence. If your girl was was for the streets 2 years ago, she still is. That stuff don't change overnight. Do your due diligence. Find out who you're marrying. Listen to this woman. They'll do anything for safety. She's telling you, they'll do anything for safety. Safety. So if you're a safety net, you're attractive. And if you're attractive in a safety net, you could be a possible simp. And you might not even know it. You a simp for the ring. I'll do anything you want. I'll act any way you can. Mobb Deep said it best. It's only so long fake thugs can pretend. And it ain't just thugs, it's everything. It's only so long fake people can be fake before you see the real them. Do your due diligence, gentlemen. I'll be quiet. Where do you get that handbook from? I got mine from experience. I almost said something, Cliff, because you've been getting on me for a couple weeks, but I'm gonna let it slide. I'll roast you off the mic.
Hey,
I
yeah,
almost said
Cliff.
something, but I ain't say it.
Yeah, Cliff say that Mike owe him $50.
I
I
want to see
didn't.
the video.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to go back and watch the video yet. But Wayne, what you? I want to finish with Kev on this one. Wayne, what you got?
It's a lot. Mike said some things I agree with, some things I'm all right.
Start with what you don't agree with. I want to hear why I'm not right.
I ain't say you ain't right. I'm saying, all right, when that guy who just made a comment about marriage scares him, right? He should. It should. And I'm gonna tell you why.
Yeah.
I knew he was gonna say it.
Of course.
I knew it was coming.
I'm not okay. Number one is because the culture are not pushing out wives like they did decades ago. You understand what I'm saying? So, just
yeah, you ain't got to say nothing else.
I'm gonna elaborate though. I'm gonna dance a little bit. I'm gonna try to hit a couple points.
Get your Black Scare Forces on.
Yeah. I gotta agree with the guy because I mean marriage should scare you because this culture isn't pushing out wives like that, like they did decades ago. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole new time, it's a whole new generation, man, of women. And we can't ignore that. Now, I'm not saying that there isn't any soldiers out there. I'm not saying that there isn't good women out there. I think it's a small percentage, but and the reason I say that, and I'm not saying that doesn't mean that you can't find a wife out here. I'm just saying, again, if you just look at how this culture raises women and men, they raise us to be unselfish, they raise women to be selfish. And then when we get older, that's when we go to clashing heads. Okay, so again, yeah, I do agree with the guy that marriage should scare you. You made another. Now I do agree with that. You should do your due diligence. Now I love Kevin Samuels, but one thing I did push back on him about is like if a guy isn't looking to marry you in 6 months or so, you should leave him. Or they got this thing where it's like if you're dating a guy and he's not ready to marry you within 6 months to a year, it's like get rid of him. For me, I think a man should vet a woman 2 to 3 years. I'm dead serious. I say 2 to 3 years because that's like Mike said, a lot of girls are pretending to do their soft girl era. That's what they call it now, Mike. Soft girl era. You know what I'm saying? Let me get into my soft girl. You know what I mean? The blinds will come down after 2 or 3 years or so if she decides to stick around. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I believe like that should be the vetting process with the man. And this is my advice for the guy who said marriage scares him. If you want to get married, my boy, and you find a woman that you're into, bro, take your time, bro. Date her for about 2-3 years. And even if you have to, I would even say within that process, live with her. So you can see every aspect of how she lives her life, how she handles things, you know what I'm saying, how she treats you. You know what I mean? So and then you make your decision. Now, I'm not mad at women for seeking safety, right? I'm not, because there are some natures of women when it comes to dating, it's nature, right? Now there's an umbrella under that safety thing. Some women feel a guy that's financially set is safety. I'm not mad about that. Look, I'm not mad about a woman that wants to be with a guy that's financially stable. I'm not mad at that. You know what I'm saying? And if you want to be with a man that's starting at the bottom, like if you're gonna grind with him, grind with her. Don't be like that last chick in the clip, the last clip. But but be a good woman to the man too at the same time. Don't be a POS. You know what I'm saying? You just here for safety. So again, like, attraction, and for me, I understand that respect and attraction is better than love. You know what I'm saying? And there are certain things that a man and woman should do in a relationship to keep each other attracted to each other. And there's certain things a woman should do and carry herself to show that she respects her man. Because the lady is right. We do value respect. We don't give a care about love. We want respect. You know what I mean? So, and I think that where a lot of women fail at when it comes to relationships and marriages, and this goes back to the guy comment about being scared about marriages, and of course, and believe me, I could be great for a lot of women who's looking for advice, who wants to get into a relationship, because like I'll tell a woman all the time, and this is where women makes their biggest mistake. They look to make a man happy based on their own thinking, based on what they think a man should, what they think, or what they feel that makes him happy, instead of asking him, what is it that you need? How can I be a service to you, or what is it that makes you happy? Like, make it about the guy. A lot of women get into these relationships and marriages and they make it about themselves, and they say, well, I'm going to cook for him, but you're going to cook, you're going to cook a steak. Well, he may not eat steak. You know what I'm saying? Well, I cooked him a steak anyway. He should be grateful. Well, he don't eat steak. Find out what the heck he like and do that for him. Be a service to him. So, yeah, but back to the lady though, man. Yeah, we value respect over everything first. We don't care about love. Again, I don't mind a woman looking for safety and protection in me. But I also want to be a service to me as well. That comes with a price. I'll land right there.
So when Kev, I'm gonna let you go ahead and take us home before we move on to the final story. But I do want to say this: whoever this Garnet is, hey, listen, man, you a credit to this chat. That's all I'm gonna say. Is that she puts a comment in, soft girl era equals no, it's post starting. That she got to be somebody who knows Mike using that terminology. But then Antoine Lockett, can't marry anyone without living with them first. Hey, listen, man, I'm a huge advocate for that. But I will say this, because I heard Wayne say 2 to 3 years. I mean, it's no secret. I asked my wife to marry me 6 months in. Would I advise anybody else to do that? Probably not. But I just felt like the relationship that we had, we knew, and it's paying off in dividends. Like, it kind of seems like we were right. Like, we made the right choice as far as we knew what we were going to be for each other and how we were going boost each other up. But I totally agree. Don't jump into it. Bones will tell you, because again, me and Bones talk on the outside. And he brought this up one time, and I gave my thoughts, which was similar to Wayne. I wouldn't rush to marry anybody. As a matter of fact, I would highly avoid it if you could at all costs until you know it's right. And this coming from a married man. It'll be 12 years for me in April. So you know what I mean? So it ain't, I'm not anti-marriage. What I am is anti-divorce. I don't think you should waste anybody's time. So you're marrying somebody and then you realize you made a mistake, and then, hey, kids get involved. Now you're fighting in court for monetary, issues and things. It's just a nightmare, man. It's just a nightmare. But if y'all want to hear the love story between me and the queen of the Straight Talk Society, y'all can go back into the archives. I forget which Straight Talk sessions it was, but we did a show on our actual anniversary day where we broke down the whole love story. But yeah, so I agree with Mike. I agree with Wayne, the whole 2 to 3 years. I kind of think that's a lot, only because look at it this way, Wayne. It's like when I was in the store one time. I was in Walmart, and this lady was on the phone being loud because she wanted everybody to hear her. And she was saying how, man, I can't believe it's over after all this time. We were supposed to get married. And me being nosy, I'm like, well, I'm just going to ask her what the deal is. I said, how long y'all been together? She was like, we just got engaged. I'm like, okay, so they probably been together like 2-3 years. She was like, we was together for 10 years, and we was together for 10 years and we just been engaged for 2. I'm like, come on now, woman. You just gave this man 12 years of your life and you expected it to last. Like, so staying on forever is a whole nother thing that I'm like leery about, but I don't, y'all
10
want
years
that.
is excessive.
Yeah, that's excessive. You want that type of advice, you can get that from Dr. Mia. She'll be back on the 17th with Pour Your Heart Out. Kev, go take us home on this topic.
It's a lot to unpack, but I'm gonna keep it short. And I want to say I agree with the respect thing, but when it comes to a lot of men, when I think about it, I don't even think they stay because of respect. It has to be something else, because either because of like obligation is what I'm seeing, is what I've seen, like because they have kids, they want to make sure the family stays together. Or some guys are just cucks. So I don't even think it's just respect. That's the thing. Yeah, I gotta think about that. But yeah, it's a lot to unpack. I can definitely agree about the safety thing. Women, that's the top priority of women, is to have some type of security, whether it be financial or just physical, maybe even emotional, etc. This clip kind of reminds me of what Dante Nero says, which is, one, people will tell you who they are. You just have to listen to them. And the second one was, people don't expect you to be good at anything except for sex and relationships. And I think that's why it's such a nuanced topic, because there's so many different type of relationship dynamics that it's hard to even get like a legit answer. But to me, I think when it comes to men and women in general, I think, yeah, cohabitation is the best way to figure out if that person is right for you in that relationship. And then also figuring out what you are willing to compromise and not willing to compromise. I think that's the best way to go about it. That's what I've gathered in my 30 years on this planet. But yeah, soft girl area, that's definitely post-thoughty. Don't want them.
So let me ask you, Kev, is it okay for a man to get married for safety and security?
If he doesn't mind getting abused, I'm pretty sure the woman will abuse him. unless she's like, I want to say she's like middle aged to where she can't get as many men as she can, like she doesn't have too many options, then I would say yes, because it's like she's not gonna get rid of you because she don't got no other options. But yeah, younger, then I would say 50, maybe late 40s. I would say no. Unless you have good D. If you have good D, then you'll be straight. But if you don't, then you gotta get a 9 to 5 or work a good job. And I'm not even joking.
All right. So Antoine Lockett says, I'm that guy from Walmart, 8+ years, still no ring, happy as hell. We ghetto married. Hey, whatever works for you. But I'm just saying, they broke up. The minute an engagement was involved, then they broke up. So y'all was cool for 10 years being together. But the minute y'all like, oh man, let's finally make this legal, then y'all break up. Like what's going on there? Garnet says we should all feel safe in our relationship. And she also asked, yeah, that's absolutely true though, but she also asked about atting people. I couldn't tell you. I don't know how to do it, but whatever comment you put in, we'll see it, because 9 out of 10, I'll put it on the board. I'll put it up on the screen. All right, so let's get into the main event. We got a couple of minutes, and Garnet, I do appreciate you. She says she stumbled upon the show. Like I said, I have been working the hashtags a little more to get the word out to more people, let everybody know this is where it's at every Monday at 6:05 p.m. Eastern on the Straight Talk Society. In addition to the countless amount of other shows that we do, please be sure to tune in tomorrow at 6:05 p.m. for the best political show on YouTube, Tay-Fist Politics.
Hey, I'm kind of leaning towards Mike. This Garnet person, like, bro, she might have to camp up behind the scenes or something, bro. Like,
yeah, Mike. Yeah. Hey, it's funny though. It's funny though, because you know what and I was gonna say this, but I say it now just because this is where y'all going. The worst advice about, oh, you should leave him, oh, he ain't nothing, he ain't this, he ain't that, normally come from unattractive women. So I get why when you see somebody who avatar look like this, you're like, oh man, this got to be somebody hiding behind it, being a troll or whatever. But I went to her channel, I didn't see anything that I saw as being trolly. Because you normally
I'm joking. I'm just joking. She just hitting all the points. I ain't, and she knew. So, usually they come in with knives and fork sticks coming at us.
Nobody called me a BAN yet, so you'll know. It's like, oh man, that punk, blah blah blah, whatever. But yeah, man, we're gonna get into the main event. So earlier, Mike asked me a question. Mike was like, oh, are we going to talk about Keith Lee? So as I'm watching wrestling out to the corner of me right now, if anybody mentions Keith Lee, I'm thinking about one person. And I'm like, man, what's going on with Keith Lee? What, when he said Keith Lee, this is who I'm thinking about. This is Keith Lee. So to a person like me, if you say Keith Lee, this is who I'm talking. This is who I'm thinking about. So he's like, no, not the wrestler. Is apparently is some famous food critic, former MMA star. And it's funny because I mentioned it to my wife and she was like, oh yeah, I know who that is. I'm thinking she was going to be like, oh yeah, Keith Lee from AEW. She was like, no, the food critic. Like, where you been? I'm like, oh, well, you see the world I live in. My world is not like everybody else's. I'm on a whole different vibe with what I think. So apparently, there was some Keith Lee drama, as they like to call it. So we got a couple of videos that we're gonna play explaining what happened, and then we'll discuss it. So here's and to my cousin Kevin, I'll play the video that you sent me next week, because that's gonna take. We can't do that in just one segment. That's something that's gonna take some real breaking down. So I'll do that with the one that I planned on doing today, unless these guys send me something else and then it end up getting pushed back, but we'll get to it eventually. So here's the best breakdown. Here's the best breakdown that we saw so far that just encapsulates the whole thing that happened. And Wayne sent us these today.
People that look like me. Y'all know who this man is, right? Keith Lee. And he does food tours. He's currently in Dallas right now. He goes to this food truck out in Dallas, and he gives the owner of the food truck some money, and he says this.
And we left a $4,000 tip behind. God, it's amazing.
I appreciate y'all for having us. I see y'all giving out haircuts and doing braids. So we want to leave $1,000 to the barber so we can cut everybody hair for free. We want to leave you $1,000 because we fix that hair. We want to leave you $2,000.
So he said, give the barber $1,000, give the hair braider $1,000, and then $2,000 for the business. Now guess what's happening? The owner of the truck is trying to keep all the money, basically. And to my knowledge, the son of the woman who owns the food truck, who is the barber, is now defending her, trying to keep the money.
So Keith Lee did tell her to distribute the money how she felt necessary.
He very clearly said $2,000 for the business, $1,000 for the braider, and $1,000 for the barber. And this is our problem. You guys got a blessing and somehow turn that blessing into damage for your business. Let's think about this. Keith Lee came there. Him alone, his presence and posting a video is getting your place millions of views. Therefore, you're likely gonna have a lot of people showing up to that food truck, therefore increasing their revenue. Second off, he gave the food truck $2,000. Woman's thought wasn't, okay, well, I'm getting $2,000 extra. That's probably at least a week or two worth of revenue. And Keith Lee's gonna post this video. I'm gonna get millions of views from this. No. I need to try to keep all that $4,000 or as much of it as I possibly can. Let me be greedy. That's stupid. And this is one of the reasons why we struggle. We don't have any foresight. She's too busy worried about that little 4,000 right in front of her eyes that she's not paying attention to the bigger picture. And if you're running a business, you have to pay attention to the bigger picture. I say this very simply. Keith Lee came in there, gave the place massive attention, dropped $4,000, and now we're fighting about the $4,000. This shouldn't even be a question. Her moral compass should have simply said, yep, 2,000 for me, 1,000 for him, 1,000 for her, everybody's good, and we've got this massive exposure. But it wasn't. It was, I'm gonna try to get as much of this 4,000 as I can and give some to my son. This was not the white man. White man didn't damage this business. White people didn't damage it at all. She did. And this is our problem. We do this a lot and we don't realize it.
All right. So before I go into the other one, okay. So Antoine Lockett is saying they found this through the MMA show. Wow. So Straight Talk MMA, man, the Bones and Zay do a fantastic job over there. Dan, so they you guys found Man Talk Monday through that show. That's fantastic, man. That's what's up. Because I mean, God forbid I be trying to get them to push the shows more, but you know, it's all good. Boy, it's so hard to get them to plug Man Talk Monday, man. The Man Talk Monday is a flagship show of the Straight Talk Society. That's it. That's the tagline. Get everybody to come to Man Talk Monday. But man, that's awesome though. I appreciate you guys for coming over, man. Hopefully you come back and then also check out other shows that we have on. There was another comment that I saw, and I did star it from Dark and Leilani. She says, yes, men should marry for safety and security. Wow, that's coming from a woman. According to Proverbs 31:11, the heart of her husband does safely trust her, so that he shall have no need of spoil. Hey, there you go. And that comes from Dark and Leilani. All right, Wayne. So what do you got? No, Mike's been quiet for a while. Mike, what you got on this? Remember, let me see how much time we got. We got 25 minutes.
I'll be quick. I think what Homeboy said in the video is 1,000% correct. If you know anything about Keith Lee, there's a thing called the Keith Lee effect. If he shows up to your spot and your spot is on seriousness and good and quality product, you have an upwards of 200, probably 400% jump in business, if not more. He's saved businesses. He's had businesses who were on their last leg, and he shows up, says it's good. They got lines around the building. This is what he does for you. And you try to get funky on a little $4,000, and then try to get funky. Well, I'm not gonna say. I'm gonna let Wayne say that because that's Wayne's point. But they get a little funky on. I don't understand it. I've never seen somebody look at the short game so much in my life. Like it was. You stole $2,000. Like she didn't even steal $4,000. She stole $2,000. Who robbed a bank for $2,000? You out of your mind. Do you know how much? And you want to know how bad it is for her? It's so bad for her that there's a restaurant whose name is almost like hers. And people were over there trying to tear that down.
Yep.
The girl who helped you had to go help them. That's how bad you you went from the new hotness to we gotta just throw you in the trash because you ruined your own business. And you had a beautiful story behind it. Like took the money from the a grandpa died, took the money, started this business. You know how many black people would have lined up around the corner for that? And the food was good because he said so. And you stupid. You are stupid, man. And your son is even dumber trying to play that. Look, he said right here. We all heard him. We know what that meant. Don't try to twist that man's words. Made that man come back to have to comment on what you said. Well, we knew you was front, but he had to say it just to get them people their money, bro. I don't understand why people greedy. Being greedy makes no sense. Rising tide, these all boats. Everybody get money, everybody happy. You don't rob a boy cutting hair. Case. All right, my bad. Go ahead.
And we do have Keith Lee's response, so I will be playing that, but I wanted to just hear what everybody said. We'll hear what everybody said before we get into his response. Kev, what you think about this?
I think she's stupid, just flat out. And you can't really help people like this. They they will definitely dig their own graves and lay in it, no problem. Just like Mike said, she took her life insurance money and bought a food truck. Well, he didn't say that, but in the story, she took
Yes, I
her
did.
life insurance. Oh, you did?
Yeah, Mike is right.
Okay.
Keep going.
Well, Mike
Keep
is
going.
right this time.
Keep going.
I'll acknowledge it. But yeah, she took her life insurance money and bought a food truck. What kind of stupid business are you doing? Where's the strategy? Where's the plan in that? You look like you're ready to retire. You take your retirement money to work extra, and then now you're getting pressed about $4,000, which probably won't even pay your rent for. No one pay for a year with these prices, but probably won't even pay for 2-3 months. But either
Not
way,
even 2 months.
I'm sure. But yeah, people like this, you got to leave them alone. I hope Sherelle, the lady who helped her, blasts this out even more and puts her face all over the internet, all over Atlanta, just so she can give this person a lesson that you do not burn bridges by doing wrong by people, especially when they help you out. That is something that irritates me because for me, I grew up watching white people on the TV all the time. I grew up around, not grew up around, but I've been around white people and their businesses, and I always wonder, like, man, it'd be nice to see like black people on TV, or see black people in power and have like businesses, and then they do stupid stuff like this, making me look bad. Me specifically, because I'm black and I got my hair looking like this. Oh, and another thing. Not only I cannot stand that. I cannot stand hair braiders. Ladies, why are you letting these hair braiders finesse you? I don't know. These prices are crazy for the amount of work that has to be done. It hits me personal because because I asked this lady who's black to help me detangle my hair and braid it. For another person, it'd be like $60. This lady's asking me for $150. You're bugging, and that's what annoys me about black business. We got to do better. Anyways,
so I can't. So I gotta give you this just for the beginning, because I stopped listening after you said that she was, the woman was wrong, because it's not something you ever say on this channel. But now you're going into black businesses being messed up and everything like that. I will say this, as a father of a young girl that has her hair braided, my wife found somebody that it's her business to just go and unbraid people's hair. Didn't know it was a thing. She comes, she unbraids it, she detangles it, she does all that stuff. And I look at my wife and I'm like, why? And she's like, because you see how long that took, and I'd have to sit there and do that myself. Is the convenience. So I ain't gonna criticize that because I got a daughter.
I'm glad you said that, sir, because I've had to take someone's braids out before, and I'll never do it again. My fingers was cramped, and if I didn't get some special attention afterward, I wouldn't have done it. But braids is no joke. Kev, you better calm that down.
If you look at comment sections or just ask people about it, they'll definitely agree with what I'm saying. They definitely finesse people.
Kev, would you? Dan, I don't want to go into this before we get to Keith Lee. Would you? Okay, so say you went to a studio in Beverly Hills that detangle braids. Why that would be there? But I just decided to say Beverly Hills. Would you? And they charge you $150. You'd gladly pay it, correct?
To detangle my hair?
You could answer you would. If you went to Beverly Hills and there was a shop that said, hey, we'll take your braids out and do what you just complained about, wanting to pay $60, but somebody's charging you $150, would you pay it?
What else does it come with? You gonna suck my feet or something like that?
Kev, come on, man. All right,
it's
never
the same answer. No,
because Kev can't have an adult conversation. I see. All right, whatever. Wayne, what you got on this, Wayne?
Well, let me do this. Let me do something that I rarely ever do. All right, y'all don't look at me funny, but I gotta defend Kev on this braiding thing, man, because I'm in Atlanta, all right, in the Black Mecca, and you're not getting a haircut for no less than 50. That's on the low end. On less than 50. I paid with tip. I done walked out and dropped 80 on a haircut. And I'm not talking about, some of these guys, some of these barbers will be like, yeah, I'll wash, shampoo your hair, this and that. Sometimes they'll do it, sometimes they won't. But that's really the service that they'll add to it, is that they'll shampoo your hair or whatever. But I mean, on the low end, bro, $50, and that's not including tip. So yeah, these prices are getting a little hectic, man. So, and I got a daughter up here also who goes to this place called a braiding bar, and yeah, they ain't playing around. But she got a head full of hair, so I get it. But these prices are.
Exactly.
But I mean, well, but yo, these prices are getting ridiculous, man. These hairstylists are getting ridiculous, man. I mean, I got a girl, and I talk to some women, and they're like, yo, like, I mean, some of these women, you got to have a deposit. You got to, man, you walking out the door 150, 200, and then you got to buy your own hair. So I mean, as a man, and you want to do something for your girl, it's like sometimes you looking at $400. I mean, it just depends. I mean, I'm just saying an example. Like, I know guys is like, yo, I get my girl hair done, I got to buy the hair, and I got to pay the up here, you $300-400. That's on the low end for a hairdo, low end. So these prices are ridiculous, man. They are ridiculous. So I got to defend Kevin on that. But with the situation with the Keith Lee situation, I think the lady is the POS, the owner, first of all, for taking the money. Here's what stood out to me is, I don't know if they played in the video, but he gave her $800 to pay for everybody that came up in the line and ordered food. And she took that. I think she allowed like 2 people to go by, and then after that, they said that she let everybody else pay. That right there was just low down. You know what I mean? That was one of the things that stood out to me. But I agree, man. You block your blessing. I mean, the Keith Lee effect, it works. I mean, the guy's famous. He's came here in Atlanta, and he gave one of the places up here a bad review, Milk and Honey, and because they had bad businesses. But you know what? I support Black businesses, and I'm for it all. All right. But I'm also for calling out Black businesses with the foolery, because, we do have to do better. You know what I'm saying? Like, again, I'm up here in Black Mecca, and I'm not saying that there are some places I could go to where it's Black owned and Black ran, and it's ran well. But a lot of times you go to some of these places and they're Black ran and they're Black owned, and you're like, what the heck is going on? And the service is horrible. And I'm sorry, I will say this. I might get some flack, but we already know who the worst customer service when you go in there. We already know who you got to deal with a lot of times with the attitudes, this, thus, and so. If I go to an Asian restaurant, if I go to an Asian business, 9 out of 10 times, I'm getting top service. I sad to say, but I don't know what it is about us when it comes to businesses and applying services. I don't know what it is. I just don't get it. And it needs to be called out. And
I
that's
agree with you
exactly
on
what
that.
and that's exactly what they did here, was call her out on her food. And not even just the serviceness, but again, the greed behind it. I wanted to defend her when she said her piece, when she was like, well, the barber and the braider, they wasn't with me. They was called up there to do my son and the girl Cheryl hair, because they was like, well, Keith Lee may come up here, so hey, can you come, since we're getting everything ready, can you come here and do our hair? So they came. So, and Keith Lee was like, oh, well, look like you got a whole setup here for the community. So he included them with the business, and she was like, well, they wasn't with me. They was just up here on the convenience of my son and the girl. So I kind of understood that. She said, but I still would have tipped them, even if she didn't want to give them the full $1,000 a piece that Keith Lee said give them. I would have given them $500 a piece. I would have tipped them if you're gonna do that. You know what I mean? But the girl who got Keith Lee to come up there, 100%, she should have got her money. Now, my understanding is, like, Cheryl kind of jumped the gun about not getting the money, because Well, the lady was like, well, first of all, Keith Lee paid with a credit card, so it takes a couple of days for me to receive the funds. She was going to get her money. You know what I mean? But her whole pushback was, I don't think why I had to give the barber and the braider $1,000 because they wasn't with me. So when I heard her side of the story, I kind of was okay, well, I get it about the barber and the braider. They wasn't with you. They was just out of convenience. But again, you know, sometimes you don't know where the blessings come from. You know what I'm saying? Those kids might have needed that money. Those kids might have needed that $1,000 tip, and God might have put them in that position to be up there. And Keith Lee came up there. Timing is everything. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, you got to look at things like
I'm
that,
gonna push
man.
back on you, big dog.
Go ahead.
Number one, the girl who did all the marketing, the haircut guy was her brother. So Keith Lee wouldn't have been up there without her. Number two, this is a question for anybody that can hear me. Has anyone ever said, I'm going to give you $1,000, and then someone else said, nah, and then you just didn't say anything else after that? The answer is no. If anybody
Okay, no.
promises you money and somebody blocks it, you're going to raise hell. So just on the strength of that thought, she should have gave them kids that money. Because if I'm going to get the Keith Lee effect, I don't want anything in the way of it. Period. Keith Lee said out his mouth, 1,000 to the barber, 1,000 to the braider. That's where the money should go. You don't get to decide where the money goes. He only tipped you because he didn't want everybody. Well, he'll say that in the video. But
yeah, let me get to Keith Lee so we can get out of here.
Go ahead, play the video.
Wait, hold on. Zay is saying that hair is no joke. I paid 40 for a tape and a shave. Hey man, y'all better learn how to do it yourself. I got some style liners. I've been lining this bad boy up for a long time. My razor game is on point.
So you can cut hair? You can do waves?
Hey, I got a bald head. You heard what I said.
Me?
Nah, I don't cut other people's hair. I only take care of mine. Because I don't want to mess
my hair. I've been cutting my hair since I was 18.
I don't want to mess nobody up.
I feel you.
So let me play Keith Lee's response before I give my final thoughts on this. Because I'm hearing what everybody's saying. Let me bring up Keith Lee's. God, Keith Lee. Every time you think about Keith Lee, I'm just thinking about Big Bang Catastrophe. That's a wrestling fan in me. All right, so here go Keith Lee. And Zay, do you know this guy?
A few conflated and confused things that's going around about the situation. So let's talk about them. 3 days ago, me and my family went to Sweetly Seasoned Food Truck. Number one, nobody had any idea we was coming. They found out we was in Dallas like everybody else found out we was in Dallas because we was posting videos in Dallas. So in hopes of us coming, they had t-shirts made and they was on live all day. So me and my family wasn't in cahoots with none of this. We was all under the impression that they were a team and this was a normal routine for them. The barber being there, the braider being there, family being there, a lot of people being there. This is our first time here. We are customers. We have no idea what's going on behind the scenes. Number two, I was never under the impression that haircuts was free. Again, my family was watching the lives. We knew that he was cutting hair for $40. So when we walked up and I said I want to get his $1,000 to the barber to do free haircuts and $1,000 to the braider to braid hair, it was because in the original video, the son said it was slow due to marketing. That's marketing. God willingly, after we post the video, there will be a line out the door. If there's a line out the door and there's a barber and a braider doing hair while people are waiting, that's marketing. So again, it's in the hood. You play some music, you cutting hair, you braiding hair, y'all all sitting out, y'all having fun. It's a parking lot barbecue. So again, we don't know the behind the scenes if they knew each other, if they did know each other. And the reason why I didn't pay everybody individually, the interaction that you see looked longer than what it was. It was really only like a 5-minute interaction. Within that 5 minutes, 30 to 40 people pulled up. They was pulling up in droves. That parking lot was getting deep fast. And for me and my family's safety in general, I don't ever carry cash around. And 9 times out of 10, if we tip, we always do it through the POS system. And even if we wanted to do it a different way, Zelle and Apple Pay wasn't an option because it was 4 or 5 people at the same time on live. So for safety reasons, they wouldn't be able to say their phone numbers or their personal information out loud. And as far as them taking my phone and putting their number in on Zelle themselves, I wouldn't hand my personal phone to nobody. So the POS system was the option that made the most sense. I've learned through this journey that sometimes it's deeper than the food, it's deeper than the marketing, it's deeper than the customer service. And this is one of those cases in my opinion. Sweetly Seasoned got a lot to figure out, and I thank God in advance that they do figure it out. The last thing I'm gonna touch on is the son is misconstruing something that I said, and I don't appreciate it. After I said out loud in detail what we deemed the money to be used towards, I also said y'all can divvy it out how y'all feel necessary, meaning after the money hits, because it's a POS system, it don't hit the same day. Y'all can send it out through Apple Pay, through Zelle, through Cash App, through check, through cash, however y'all feel necessary to spread it amongst the team. I thought and I still think that that's a very clear statement, but it's being misconstrued, in my opinion, intentionally misconstrued, that I said and the mom and the son can say who get the money and who don't get the money.
That's what I was
So
talking
Keith
about.
Lee did tell her to distribute the money how she felt necessary.
I never said that. Regardless of what's going on behind the scenes, I felt on my heart to do what we did. So for the mom to go on the back end and disregard where my heart was at and what I felt like God was telling me to do in that moment and distribute the money how she felt necessary is 100% wrong in my opinion. I see the memes and I see the jokes, but I am not in the business of shutting businesses down. Her actions did not sit right with y'all and her customer base. That resulted in the situation that she in today. We just ate the food and left a tip. I pray in advance that everybody in the situation stays safe. That's my biggest concern. Thank you. I appreciate y'all. God bless you. Have an amazing day. Y'all be safe.
All right, finish your thought, Mike, before I give my closing thoughts on this.
I'm just saying, he was quite clear. You heard him. He said, I'm giving you the money for them. You give it to them how you see fit. He didn't say give them what you see fit. That's the difference, Wayne. Word,
Well,
I
no,
can tell people.
well, no. What I'm saying is, when I heard her side of the story,
Yeah,
and
she
she
was
was
capping.
like, right. Well, right. Well, what I'm saying, well, no, what I'm saying is that when Keith Lee said it himself, he thought they was all together. She said, I didn't know them. I didn't know them as far as what they was, as far as like what they was had on going on out there, because my son and the other girl called them up there. Keith Lee said when he walked up there, he didn't know what the situation was. He just thought y'all all was together. And he was like, all right, let me give everybody $1,000. And she was like, well, they wasn't with me. So that's what I'm saying. I tried to understand that. I agree that she should have did what Keith Lee said. But I'm just saying, she was like, I would at least said, even if I'm just saying, for what she was saying, I was like, okay, well, you could at least still gave them 500, but just not to give them anything was dead wrong. I agree.
Well,
I'm
here's
just
the
saying
cap. Here's the cap. The boy is the brother of the girl who got Keith Lee to show up. She's the one who had all the T-shirts and all the marketing.
Oh yeah, I agree. She should get all what she deserved. I'm just saying, Keith Lee said I thought all of them was together. So that's when I was like, hey, here's this for them, this them for them. I didn't know the setup. I just walked up on it. I didn't know the setup. And
But
then
guess
when
what?
but when
Keith
she
Lee
said
did.
when she said her response was they wasn't with me, but I still don't agree that she should have kept all the money. But I get what she was trying. I guess I tried to understand that she was trying to regulate it, because she's like, well, they wasn't even with me. You know what I'm saying? You know, but that doesn't mean that you don't give them anything. You know what I mean?
Sir, I hear you. I do. But she didn't know that Keith Lee didn't know that. Keith Lee put that video out after this stuff got viral. She didn't know what Keith Lee knew.
She went. Yeah, her response came out first because everybody gave her heat.
So she was assuming what Keith Lee knew because she wanted to keep that money.
She
a whole leech.
Yeah, no, but I agree. Like I said, I agree. I'm just saying, when I heard her part, I was like, okay, well, you try to regulate things because you thought that they was with you. You thought that they was with them, and she said they wasn't.
Well, either way, that's the presentation. The presentation from what he said is he saw a food truck and people cutting hair and braiding hair. So regardless, if it was a different situation to where the braider and the barber wasn't there, we don't even know if Keith Lee would have given her $4,000 in general, maybe 1,000, 2,000, who knows? But because they contributed in the image, they deserve to get what they get. That is the way I see it.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Who is that?
Fair enough. I agree.
Is that Garnet Amaro on Kevin's lane?
All right. So what I got on this is, because the video that I saw initially was this 45-minute video of Cheryl running her mouth, and I just was losing my mind listening to her talk, just because I hear, as I've been doing this for a year now, and I know content creators, that's what they do. They like to stir up drama, because her saying you could have cut my $1,000 because she knows the money that she'd get keeping it going with more people coming to her channels, because she made sure to tell you, I make a lot of money from YouTube. I make a lot of money from Instagram. I make a lot of money from TikTok. So the money that she would have got from there would have been way more than $1,000. That's why I was hoping that we could have went beyond what Cheryl said. So that's why I'm glad I saw the other videos. My only problem, because Keith Lee said in his thing, he said, we saw their live. We knew ahead of time that they were cutting hair for $40. So what he did, he's like, hey, I'm gonna give you $1,000. So $1,000 worth of free haircuts, which means that it should have went to the barber. So she is a POS for trying to hold the money back. And the part that bothers me the most, though, the part that just bothers me the absolute most is him giving her an additional $876.
I thought Wayne was gonna say that.
Go ahead and pay for everybody's meal.
Yeah, I said
because
it. I said it.
Because what they won't bring up is what he said. He said when he got there, an additional 40 people pulled up in cars. So 40 people at a food truck, you figuring about $20 a head. Oh, she about to make some money that day because of him. So he's like, you know what? I'm gonna show you a make good. In addition to this $4,000 that I'm gonna give you, 2 of which you could keep for yourself to do whatever, and I'm now gonna pay for the next 40 people's food. But she couldn't even get that right.
Yeah,
she literally couldn't see past her greed to be like, oh boy, you know what? Never mind. So guess what happens when you like to screw people and be a bad person in life? Sometimes your karma comes a whole hell of a lot faster than you expect. So I've been searching around, and here's their Twitter page. Sweetly Seasoned would like to apologize. We thought and believed we were right, but unfortunately we were wrong. This has been a huge miscommunication on our part, and all the funds are being released. And as of me reading this today, every website you go to says that business is now permanently closed. So what was going to help you and take your business to the stratosphere? Before I hit the go live button in here, Nene told me, she said Keith Lee went to a place in Atlanta. Those people got 10 people to their restaurant a week, not a day. The food was great, the service was great, but nobody was coming. He went there and said, hey, I don't understand why nobody's coming here. The food is great. The atmosphere is great. The service is great. Guess what? They got so much business that same day that they had to turn people away. The owner was crying, saying, I can't take all these people. I never had this many people before. So you just ruined the Keith Lee effect for $2,000, not $4,000, because he gave you $2,000. Well, you ruined it for $2,876. So you get whatever you get. And I ain't caping for it. I ain't got no sympathy. And maybe I would have an ounce of sympathy if your son wasn't such a douchebag. Like your son, he already caught in his mess. Now he wants to come with his little sissy self online, and he's just like, oh, you saw what he said. Blah, blah. Get out of here. You need to be contrite. You need to be begging this man for his forgiveness, because you're messing with his integrity now. Now you're messing with his integrity. Marketing, if you're trying to push a product, trust me, I know this crap costs money. I've spent way more money than I ever made over here because I got a vision and I want to see this thing through. So when somebody come along and bless you, you don't say, oh, why you didn't give me more? No, you take it. And I'm gonna land with this. I remember we was in Jamaica when we was younger. I wish my cousin Kevin was in the chat. He could co-sign this. There was a family friend, and the guy owed me money. He owed me money because I gave him money to catch a bus so he could do so. Yeah, he had to go take care of some business. So I gave him some money. Now comes the time he's come to pay me back. So he gave me more money than what he owed me. In addition to, he shot me a couple extra dollars, and he was like, make sure you give Kevin a couple dollars out of it. And here I am in all my ignorance. Why I got to give Kevin money? You borrowed the money from me. He said, I know. I'm paying you back your money. Plus, I'm giving you a profit. And now, in addition to that, I'm telling you to give your cousin some more money. I'm not giving him nothing. Why I got to give Kevin my money? And he's trying to explain it to me, trying to take the time because I'm getting ready to block my blessing. He was like, all right. He said, that's what you're going to do? I said, yeah. You borrowed the money from me. So he like tripled or 5 times what he gave me and gave it to Kevin. So guess what? I lost out like a sucker. Sometimes people just can't shut their damn mouth. Literally, that's all it's about. Shut up. Just shut up. Take your money and shut up. Just shut up. And that's all I got. Oh, shout out to Michelle. Michelle in the building. Michelle says, I hate that I can't catch the show. I really miss it live. I have to watch later. I take care of grandson. Hey, it's all good, Michelle, man. We appreciate you, everything that you do for us.
Hey, read the whole thing.
I did read it.
No, you didn't. Read it all.
I take grandson to his tutoring class. Oh, Mike, I mean,
thank you, Mom. You know what it is. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, Mama. I love my namesake. You know what it is.
All right, fellas, go. Let's go on and close out.
My blessing.
Oh man, we got 4 minutes before 8 o'clock. Let's go ahead and close. Oh, and I do want to say this. Everybody won't get what I'm about to say, but Queen Amanetta just lost again to another Caucasian woman. So there you go. What I always say, AEW always pinning the black girl. So there you go.
Hey, you saw they had her. They look like they have her in a storyline trying to get her sucked into the little group with Statlander and them.
Because they need somebody to beat. They need somebody to take all the pins. I mean, hey, it is what it is.
No comment. She looks fantastic. No comment.
Yeah. All right, birthday boy, go and give us your closeout, man.
Yes, sir. New year, new me. I'm definitely not gonna block my blessings, and you guys shouldn't either. I'll make a Cash App next time. I don't really mess with Cash App because I know scammers use it, but why not? And when it comes to hair braiders, do better. And if you got a food truck, $80 for like 3 items. Oof, you lucky Keith Lee came there. Yeah. All right, boys, good show. Chat, Garnet, you funny. Same with you, Ricardo.
Hey, Kev, what's the last restaurant you've been to?
McDonald's.
I went to Publix today. Excellent service.
Kev,
I'm a Caucasian man, actually.
Kev, what's the last restaurant? What's the last restaurant you sat down at?
Damn.
I went to Red Lobster. It was terrible. Terrible. Not the customer service, although it took us like 5-10 minutes for someone to come see us.
Kev ain't gonna give me. He's not gonna give me what I want. I'm just like asking just a simple question because I want to know what the price point was. Because you're saying that somebody paying $80 for 3 people is somehow ridiculous.
Bro, he's telling you his price point don't get to 80. He's telling you exactly the truth. He get a public sub and go sit down.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm the king of
I'm $10, not even. Sub. I'm eating good.
That wasn't no diss, Kevin. I get the public sub as a salad. I ain't mad at you.
I tell them to scoop it so they don't have all that bread in there. Hey, that's a good deal.
Hey, that's a good idea.
Yeah, I'm not a bread guy, man. I just need just enough to hold the meat. I tell them to scoop it out. They scoop all
the. Nah, hey, but listen, let me give you another thing to do though. Instead of getting the bread, tell them you want the wrap. Get you a wrap.
Yeah, but they be taxing on them wraps, man, and then they won't put as much on there.
I get the salad. Get the mix with the lettuce and the spinach mix. I have them stack my corners like a gourmet salad.
Cordon bleu?
What?
The cordon bleu salad? Cordon bleu salad? Have you tried
whatever
that
salad?
Yeah.
I like mine turkey, but I make them stack the stuff, and then I get the sub sauce, and I use that for salad dressing. With Parmesan, your boy.
All right, Kev, you done. All right, man. I know we be turning stuff all the way around.
We still on time.
I'm good.
Kev, your woman took care of you for your birthday?
Well,
she took me out. We had some Jamaican food.
Oh, we already said it. Why eat some griot?
Did she give you a gift, or she just took you out, or did she give you a gift? Like, tell us what you got for your birthday, man.
For real.
She didn't get me. She said it's a surprise, but she's supposed to give it to me Wednesday. So I'm gonna let y'all know next show.
Boy, if it's box, I'm gonna fight you.
How can I lose if I'm already chose? I'm out.
Talk yourself, okay? Okay. Yo, why he be leaving as a G? But be salty cupcake meat the rest of the show.
Wait, go.
Hey, yo.
Man said he been chose.
Oh man. Hey, nah, man. Hey, good show tonight, man. Mike, Kel, Trev. Let's do it again. Let's keep it popping. Let's keep it hot. Everybody in the chat. Ricardo, what up, soldier? In the chat.
Twin.
Hey, see y'all next week. Let's go.
All right, Wayne.
Black Cat.
Mike, go and take us home. Don't take us home.
I would like to say thank you for everybody who showed love about my finger. It finally stopped bleeding. Now it's just gross.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's not bleeding no more. That the big chunk of meat, I'll never find it. Pause. And I can't get it stitched because it's too wide, and I can't get a skin graft because it's too. So I'm just gonna be walking around with an open wound for the rest of my life, apparently. Thank you for the people who called and were worried about me. Even Moon Goddess, who would have known, right? For all of you who understand that Mike is right, it's more than a saying, it's a movement. I appreciate you. Love to my twin. Love to Michelle. Love the soldier, because he admits Mike is right. Half love the bones because he be wobbling. You know what I'm saying? Trevor's coming on board. He that way. And B Mike is out. Holla at your boy.
All right, Mike. Hey, I had to wait for him to be off because he would have ran with this for crazy. But I hate to admit it. I got a text from somebody the other day, and it's like, hey, you know, low key, Mike do be right all the time. I'm like, man, don't say that to him, because if you tell him that, he's just gonna run with that. Oh my goodness. Hey man, shout out to everybody that came through to Man Talk Monday Straight, the flagship show of the Straight Talk Society. This is a show where you're gonna more so get these type of topics because we do so many different things. Tomorrow night we do our Tape Fist Politics show. Best political show on YouTube. Then Wednesday, best wrestling show on YouTube, Wrestling with Reality. We're gonna put a bow on Mr. Vince McMahon and go over the fantastic NXT show from last night. We do have a debate Thursday. We have a debate Saturday. The MMA brothers will be back the following week. Pour Your Heart Out will be back on the 17th. So man, we got a bunch of stuff lined up for you on the channel. Like I said earlier, if you feel so inclined, please become a channel member for $1.99. Help support the vision, help support what we got going on over here, all the great content that we put out for you. I just got a message. So hopefully next week, the store will be 100% live, where you can get this nice Straight Talk Society t-shirt. We also have Straight Talk Society hoodies, mugs, mouse pads. Hey, let's see how it goes, man. Just help get the word out. Hey, we entertain you enough throughout the week, man. So, you know, if you feel like it, you could support the vision. Shout out to Garnet Amara for coming through, man. Your contribution in the chat is so welcome and refreshing. Antoine Lockett, peace to you. I gotta ask wife if she knows who you are, just with that last name. Just the usual. Ricardo, we didn't see Keela tonight, so hopefully everything's all right with the best moderator in the business. Shout out to Juju came through. Hadn't seen or heard from Juju in a long time, so I appreciate her coming by. Shout out to everybody, man. Mike, Wayne, young Kev. Happy birthday to Kev. He's crossing over into manhood now. Hey, man, fantastic addition. The political prophet MD came through. Hey, just peace out to everybody, man. The best producer extraordinaire in the business, Van Cat. We will see you guys tomorrow night on Tape Fist Politics. Hey, have a good night, everybody. Thanks for coming by. Hey, make sure and hit the like, share, and subscribe button. We'll see you tomorrow night, and we'll be right back here again next week at 5:45 p.m. for Man Talk Monday, right here on the Straight Talk Society. Peace.
you so aggressive, black man? I'm like, it's a no-win.
Always aggressive, black man.
What's up, man?
Wayne.
Mike.
Oh, okay. Hey, man, cut the sexiness out, man. Ain't no women on the panel. Man, we on here talking all sexy.
He just goes on. He just went off on you like that, just for no reason.
Yeah, man.